Hello, I am the awesome video person, and today I'll show you how to make donuts in a Dutch oven. So what I did is I used the recipe online. I found it on recipezars.com. It's called the Krispy Kreme Donut Copycat. I've had it before, and I made it with a deep fat fryer, and they're very good. As you can see, they're rising very nicely. I find that it's easier just to cut them in strips rather than trying to make them a donut shape, because they get squished when you try to take them in and out of the fryer. Okay, so what I have here is a baking sheet with edges covered in heavy-duty foil. I use this level to level it out. I have some heavy-duty leather gloves, naturalite charcoal, a cast iron Dutch oven, canola oil, a tool to open and close the Dutch oven, frying tongs, a fry scoop, and now I'm going to take my Dutch oven, put it on top of there, keep it steady since we're going to be working with hot oil at 350 degrees. So I'm going to put it in this pan with all this charcoal and light it. Just not on the ground because we have a lot of dry grass here. And light it and give it 10 minutes for it to burn and become ready. Alright, now that it's all kind of piled up. Right, so what we have here is our pan with charcoals in it. We also have some more charcoals warming, so we'll be able to replace these ones once they start to cool down. Alright, so now that I have my pan on there, I'll blow out some of the ash. Alright, now I'm going to use this canola oil and pour it until it's about 2 inches thick, so just enough so the donuts can float. Almost took up 64 ounces or 2 quarts. There's a little bit left. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lid and put it on there so the oil can heat up faster. And take some of these charcoal briquettes, put them on top as well. That also helps it heat up. Few more around the bottom as well. Since we have a lot of oil to heat up. Now my handy assistant takes the temperature. It's been about 10 minutes. We've had the lid on with charcoals on it. So you see I've added a lot of charcoals around the base. Our temperature gets up to about 300, and you'll see it. There's 280. Wait a second.
Splatter.
That's alright, we just had a little bit of splatter. So now it's about this
thermometer is 5 degrees, reads 5 degrees cooler than what it actually is. We calibrated it with boiling water. So it's showing about 325. We need 350 for this recipe, so we're pretty close. Don't leave it covered for more than about 10 minutes because the oil gets too hot. Okay, so it's only about 325 degrees, the oil. But I used this to lower in that donut. And as you can see, it's sizzling pretty nicely. And let's see what it's like on the other side. Nice golden brown. It's working pretty well, actually. I'll sizzle for a little bit longer. The recipe says a minute on each side. So I'm doing about a minute. Though it is a little bit under temperature right now, but not too much. It's sizzle. But it probably has gone up a little. So now I'm gonna use this to lift it back out and see what it looks like. As you can see, it puffed up a lot. I'll show you. That's what it looks like before it cooks, just a small little white dough. And then it's very puffy and golden brown afterwards. I'm going to give the temperature another test. In just a second. Okay. So we're gonna, there's 225 because this is 5 degrees cooler than what it actually is. So that's, oh yeah, 325, sorry. That's 345. So, and that's 350. So I think we're at just the right temperature. I'll just leave those coals where they are and glaze this donut. That's the glaze that we mixed up from the recipe. We're just gonna kind of dump it over the donut and let it cool. Okay, now we're gonna do another donut from the start just so you can see what it's like. Alright, so I'm gonna take 3 of these, put them on this little wire mesh thing. I'm going to lower them into there, and they float in the oil, so I can just take this out, put it in there, and as you can see, they're bubbling pretty good. And now for the most important part of cooking anything, the taste test. It's really good.